Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Onalaska Common Council organizational meeting. Today is Tuesday, April 15th. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mayor Kim Smith,
Here.
Jim Benash,
Here.
Kathy Loendorf,
Here.
Diane Wolf,
Here.
Stephen Knott,
Present.
Larry Jurassic,
Present.
and Alder Mike Milky is absent tonight.
Absent and excused. Thank you. Item 2 is the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 3 is the rules of the City of Onalaska Common Council and its subcommittees. This is a harassment-free forum. The council and subcommittee meetings shall be conducted in a courteous manner. The citizens, council, and committee members shall be allowed to state their positions in an atmosphere free of slander, obscene remarks, and threats of violence. Sufficient warnings may be given by the sergeant at arms or the chair at any time during the remarks. And in the event that any individual shall violate the rules of decorum as set forth, such person may then be cut off from comment or debate. Item 4 is public input. This is the time when members of the public may address the Common Council. Anyone wishing to do so, please begin by stating your name and your address, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Would anyone like to address the Common Council this evening? Second call for anyone wishing to address the Common Council this evening. Alder Wolf.
Thank you, Your Honor. Since this is very much directly related to what we do here, I would ask that I can sit in my seat and speak just for very briefly. Plus with my sciatica, I'm not making it to that dais. I just wanted to say, I said this.
Can you say your name and address?
I'm so sorry. Yes, thank you. And I'm speaking as Alder Diane Wolf, Second District Alderperson, 910 Orchid Place in Onalaska. There's a lot of history in this room. When we look over and you see all the pictures of the former and current mayors, and this is officially the first day of the new council year. And it always gives me hope. It's kind of like a new beginning wherever we may be. So I personally am looking forward to a very successful and cooperative year. And there's a saying that common ground leads to higher ground. And I think we can get a lot accomplished this year. And I'm very much looking forward to serving with my cohorts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Would anyone else like to address the Common Council this evening? Is there anyone online? Okay. Second call for anyone wishing to address the Common Council under public input. And third and final call for anyone wishing to address the council under public input this evening. Public input is now closed, and I will move on to report from the mayor. I'd first of all like to, as always, during this meeting under item A, recognize the public service by the standing boards and committees. We have a lot of members from our community that serve on our standing boards and committees, and they give their time freely and graciously to give input and make sure that their views, which represent the views of our community, are heard. And I take my responsibility to find representatives from our community to appoint to these boards very seriously. And enjoy it as well. I meet with many people each year, trying to find good candidates who will serve going forward. So it's bittersweet sometimes when people have served for a long time and their tenure comes to an end, and we have to bid them adieu. But it is also kind of fun when we get to welcome some new people in and see what new ideas they'll bring to our community. I remember many years ago when I first started serving on council, I kind of was full of myself, and I thought, oh, I'm a lifelong resident of Onalaska. I know all the history of all the things that have happened here, and I'm just, really great. And then as I got older, I realized that we have a lot of people that have come to Onalaska from other places that had really good ideas of things that we could learn from and we could improve Onalaska from. So now, as I'm getting older and wiser, hopefully I really appreciate the ability to blend that, the new ideas with the things that we have here, making sure that we appreciate and that we don't lose what makes Onalaska such a wonderful community. So I thank those who have been serving on the committees and those who we will welcome tonight as we usher in a new group of people serving on committees. So thank you. Item B, the oath of office for the newly elected officials. Joanne.
We will start with Jim Benash, First District. If you want to come on
Okay.
down to the podium, Jim.
Okay, so, and if anybody is here taking pictures, feel free to reposition yourself so that you can get the best picture possible. We don't stand on formality when it comes to getting a good picture.
You could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Jim Benash,
I, Jim Benash,
having been elected to
having been elected to
the office of District 1 Alderperson
the office of District 1 Alderperson
for the city of Onalaska,
for the city of Onalaska,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially
and will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of said office
of said office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I also have a certificate of election awarded to Jim Benash that states, I, Joanne Marcon, City Clerk of the City of Onalaska, do hereby certify that at the municipal election held in said city on the 1st of April, 2025, you, Jim Benash, were by the greatest number of votes elected to the office of City of Onalaska, First District Alderperson for a term of 2 years commencing on the 15th of April, 2025.
Thank you.
That's yours. Thank you, Jim. All right, and then Kathy, you can come on down. You can raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Kathy Loendorf. I, Kathy Loendorf. Having been elected to the office of District 2 Alderperson
The office of District 2 Alderperson
for the city of Onalaska.
for the city of Onalaska.
Swear that I will support
Swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially
and faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of said office
of said office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And then we also have a certificate of election awarded to Kathy Loendorf. I, Joanne Marcon, City Clerk for the City of Onalaska, do hereby certify that at the municipal election held in said city on the 1st day of April, 2025, you, Kathy Loendorf, were by the greatest number of votes elected to the office of City of Onalaska, Second District Alderperson of said city for the term of 2 years commencing on the 15th day of April, 2025. And now would be a good time for your family to come up and take photos.
Yep.
You guys want to come be in the photos and our IT guy will take pictures.
You can do a reenactment or whatever.
Names are hard right now. I'm okay. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Stephen Knott,
I, Stephen Knott,
having been elected to
having been elected to
the office of District 3 Alderperson
the office of District 3 Alderperson
for the city of
for
Onalaska,
the city of Onalaska,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of
and
Wisconsin,
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially
and will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of said office
of said office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then Stephen's certificate of election is awarded to Stephen Knott. I, Joanne Marcon, City Clerk of the City of Onalaska, do hereby certify that at the municipal election held in said city on the first day of April 2025, you, Stephen Knott, were by the greatest number of votes elected to the office of City of Onalaska, Third District Alderperson of said city for the term of 2 years, commencing on the 15th day of April 2025.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Okay, item C is recognition of the council seniority for this council year. The senior member will be Alder Diane Wolf, followed by Stephen Knott, Jim Benash, Larry Jurassic, Mike Milkey, and Kathleen Lohendorf. Next up, consideration and possible action on the following items. Item 6 is election of the council president. You've all been handed out the memo from our ordinance, but maybe I'll just ask our city attorney to just briefly summarize so that everybody understands having new people, and we only do this once a year. We're going to summarize the process so there's no confusion. Go ahead, Amanda.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So just to sort of summarize the process, first, the council president is a one-year term. They serve in the absence of the mayor. They preside at meetings of the council should the mayor be unable to attend. If there is an absence of the mayor, she has the ability to temporarily transfer her powers to the council president, and at that point, they would be the acting mayor. We do the election of council president every organization meeting in April for the one-year term. We take nominations from the floor. Nominations do not require a second, but you do, as the individual being nominated, need to accept or decline your nomination. We don't force anyone to act as council president if they don't want to. And then once we close nominations, we do give each individual candidate up to 3 minutes to sort of talk about the position, and they can sort of give their, I'll call it their campaign speech a little bit. And then we basically go to a vote, and it's a majority vote. If for any reason we end up with a tie, which is probably unlikely given we have an odd number tonight, then we would continue to vote until such time as the council president has been chosen by majority, or alternatively, the council could elect to have the mayor break the tie if they should so choose.
Okay, thank you for that. With that being said, I'd like to now open the floor for nominations for council president.
Yep.
Alder Jurassic.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to place it in nomination, Steve Knott for president.
Thank you. Stephen, do you accept the nomination?
I will.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations for council president? Second call for nominations. Last call for nominations. Nominations are now closed. Now I will give Stephen an opportunity to speak for up to 3 minutes.
Sure. So, yeah, in the past, I have not been willing to do this, but I think I am now. And I guess real briefly, some of you have heard this before. My outlook on how the city governments and the governments within the United States are supposed to work is very simple. There's a process. And I think that this city does an exceptional job at that. I know I've mentioned before that I've been involved through the military with 14 moves now. And this is my retirement, of course, here. But I've witnessed several different cities, and they're not all as functional as what Onalaska is. And one of the reasons we're so functional is because we are dedicated to the process. And that is that We bring up issues, we discuss them, sometimes vociferously, and then we have a vote. And then what's next on the agenda? Because the process worked. It doesn't matter. It's not about winning or losing. It's about the process. And I'm really proud of this city that the 5 years I've been here, I've been witnessing that exact function. I think we have a phenomenal staff. They have all the trust in the world from me, having worked with them now. And I look forward to working with you, Mayor, obviously with my fellow council members. And I guess that's about it. So thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay, and now we will have the roll call vote. I will ask the clerk to call the roll, and when she does so, please state the name of the person you are voting for.
Larry Jurassic,
Steve Dot,
Stephen Knott,
Steve Knott.
Diane Wolf, Kathy Loendorf,
Steve Knott.
Jim Benash.
Steve Knott.
Thank you. I will declare the winner of the vote, Stephen Knott, by unanimous vote. Thank you.
Okay.
We clap. All right. Item 7, appointments to standing committees, boards, commissions, and other committees. The proposed nominations are in the packet for your consideration. So with that said, I'll turn that over to the council.
Don't have a packet.
You don't have a packet? Yeah, but 2 people don't have packets. Okay, let's just pause a moment here.
join.
Okay, so let's just pause. We don't have to rush. Let's give the 2 alder, I'm so sorry for that. Let's give you a few minutes to look over the packet. The committee's assignments are on the very first page. So on the page right behind the cover page are the appointments that includes both the alder. I'll just talk for a little bit just to fill the space while you're looking it over, because we're paying someone to transcribe the minutes, right? So on the first page is the committee assignments. It includes both the counselors and also our citizen appointments. For the counselors, the terms to these appointments are just for 1 year until the next reorganization meeting. But for the citizens, there's various terms just based on the different committees. It's defined within the ordinance for each of those. The very next page has just a brief bio for the citizens who are new. I didn't do bios on the continuing ones, but in the past, the counselors have asked for new people who are new to committees just to have a little bit of info so they could get a feel for what those people might be like if they hadn't had a chance to meet them before. So I've included that there. Let's see, what else can I say? That's all I can think of for right now. So these appointments are my recommendation, but the approval falls to the responsibility of the council.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Stephen Knott. It's been seconded by Larry Jurassic. Is there any discussion? Jim Benash.
On the Police and Fire Commission, I noticed there's two names on there. Did another member of the commission, was his term up or decide not to run or?
Lori Olson,
Yeah. Lori
Ended her term.
Olson's term was up and then you needed to resign.
So Lori and I are being replaced on the commission.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Wendy Gamble is taking Lori's spot and Leanne Stokes is taking your spot. Okay, any other questions or discussion? Okay, we have a motion to approve. No further discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously. Item 8 is Resolution 13, 2025, designating the public depositories and authorizing withdrawal of city monies. The attachment is in your packet, and this is an annual renewal.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Stephen Knott. It's been seconded by Alder Wolf. Sabrina, did you want to add anything? Okay, is there any other discussion or questions? Oh. Oh, okay. Yes, Alder Benash.
Since I'm new to the council, is this replacing something or in addition to, or just make some changes to what we already?
Sorry, I kind of lost my voice, but it is an annual renewal.
Annual renewal? Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, the motion on the floor is to approve Resolution 13-2025. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Item 9 is discussion and possible action on a notice of filing petition for incorporation and notice of hearing regarding the town of Campbell. The Common Council may convene in closed session under Section 1985-1G of the Wisconsin statutes for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel. The council may convene in open session to take necessary action and/or continue on with the printed agenda. At this point, should I turn it over to you, Amanda?
yes. So, and if we want to give the individuals that didn't have the packet a moment, we can as well. So we received notice of the filing a petition for incorporation and notice of hearing from the town of Campbell, which is statutorily required. They would have needed to send this notice to basically any adjacent municipality. And so even though it doesn't feel like we abut the town of Campbell, we do, in some waterways and across the lake there. And so we received this notice pursuant to statute. We have sort of 3 options. We can accept this notice and do nothing with it. We can legally challenge their petition for incorporation. So if the city felt they had an objection and wanted to challenge it, that would be an option. Or if the city felt that this was a positive thing for the town of Campbell, they could take a position acknowledging that in the form of a resolution or proclamation or other formal recognition. And so this is sort of before you tonight to let you decide what you would like to do, if anything, with the notice of filing for petition. If you would like to have more detailed discussion as it relates to, what an objection would entail, we could go into closed session for that. If you are all comfortable just receiving this information and not doing anything, you can move on in your agenda. It's sort of up to you if you'd like to go into closed session or not to discuss this further.
I think I'd like to confer with legal counsel and go into closed session. So I'll move to go into closed session.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Alder Knott. It's been seconded by Alder Wolf to go into closed session to confer with legal counsel. Voting will be by roll call.
Jim Benash,
Yes.
Kathy Loendorf. Yes. Diane Wolf,
Aye.
Stephen Knott,
Aye.
Larry Jurassic.
Aye.
That was unanimous. We are now in closed session and the time is 7:26.